everybody, and welcome back to Streaming Rainbow. Today we have our Snorse gang. Hey, serpents! These are going to be the 5 serpents from Canto 1 through 5 of Inferno. We of course have Daniel, who was the first ever, coming back after a year and a half, which is wild. I can't wait to talk. Oh no, everybody has to do that now, guys. Canto 2's Serpent, Blackwell, back again. Canto 3 is Heather, who will be joining us in a little bit. She is very, very busy being a very talented game player and GM. So she'll be joining. Canto 4, Danny R. Mendoza, who we have trapped since Inferno to be stuck with Streaming Rainbow forever.
Yes.
And our current Serpent, who, as the day of filming, is a week away from their finale. We have Abby.
Yeah.
Look at the snake. Don't want me.
I'm just a little snake.
Oh,
So I am so thrilled to have you all at the table again, all together, to discuss this complicated snake, this absolute joy of a character. But we are going to start in Canto order. So, Daniel, when Daniel started, I told all of Canto 1, because they were starting with, at first level, with absolutely no memories of anything about themselves, so no ability to have a backstory. I said, you guys get to pick what your character is. So the fact that it's a serpent is Daniel's fault. Or
you're welcome. You're so
Daniel,
welcome.
tell us about the experience of being the first person to play an Inferno as the serpent.
Oh, it was such a pleasure. Having no backstory from the get-go was hell. Was truly like a hell for me, because I love a good backstory, because that's how I know what to do. So all I had truly was just Snake. That's all I had to start with. And when it was like the original Canto, and we were like session 0, I think, we were like deciding on characters. It was there was like Saint, False Prophet, Pagan, and I think I may have just been the second to last or the last one to talk about what I wanted to play. And everyone was like saying like religious characters. There was the False Prophet, the Saint, all these like religious coded characters. So I really just wanted to play a normal guy in hell, and really like have someone who's just like, shut up with your philosophy. We're in hell. Let's get out of here. And it was, I almost made it was Serpent for a while, but for a little bit it was the slave archetype that I wanted to play, which is the monk class. And between those two, I was just like, ultimately I went with the Serpent because there must always be a snake in the garden. There's, very kind of religious coded archetype that can be played there. But I wanted to do a little different because, in the biblical roots of this, the serpent in the Bible is, a liar. It's the devil. It convinces what's-her-face to eat the apple, Eve. And for this, I didn't want to be a liar. I really didn't want to be a liar. I wanted to be the most honest person possible. And that ended up being just like a really hopeless kind of character. Really hopeless. Really hopeless. Started with drowning.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when did you make the decision to make my life a hell and give me panic attacks about how long this character was gonna live?
True joy. It just felt natural of just like, you're a normal guy in hell. And it's like everyone's coming at this from a religious and philosophy angle of how unfair this is. My character's a thief. They're coming at this from an economic angle, I've always felt like. So having no backstory, I'm just like, okay, they're a thief. In a society, when you have to steal something, you're usually poor. And when you're poor, you have to steal to survive. So it's like your choices are steal like some food and survive and not starve to death, and that sends you to hell. Or you starve to death, don't steal, and go to heaven. It's like those were his choices. And I always kept that frame of mind going and playing this character of just like, oh, everything's unfair. The world is unfair. This is the most unfair place. I don't deserve to be here. Nobody deserves anything. Because if that was the case, God would be down here for making the world up top unfair. So that was kind of the mentality I had with this character of just like, you have these resources, and they are they're more valuable than coin. They are coin to you. That's how I always thought of treating it. So it's just like, if I spend something to get a reward, that's a fair trade. I didn't think of I never thought of it of just like, no, this is my hope. This is how I get out of here. This is just like, no, here's a dollar. Give me that. I'm out. That's kind of what. And then the drowning, God, that was fun. I don't know. I really don't know what came over me. I really don't know what came over me, but I was just like, everyone has hope. I don't. I'm so sad and hopeless. Going for that 100, baby. And it's just like, what's the craziest shit I can do? Let's do something interesting, something dynamic. Because I don't want to be like, I want to pick a side. And that side happened to be like, if I drown myself to get this hope, then maybe I'll get it. Because what's the worst that could happen? I'm already in hell. So what's the worst that could happen? That was also their mindset.
I loved it. So that's where it started. And then the first handover happened, and Blackwell picked up the golden snakes. So Blackwell, what was it like to be the second, to be the first? You were the first example of what this whole experiment is, which is passing along. And hold on a second, because we have a Heather.
Hello.
That's
Bees.
Welcome.
So Heather, we're going canto to canto and just talking about what it was like to like pick up the mantle and what it was like to play the serpent. So Daniel the first just went. Daniel, this is Heather.
Hi.
Hello, Heather.
And Blackwell was just about to start telling us what it was like to be the first person to pick up and have the Passover. So yeah, Blackwell, tell us about your time as the serpent.
It's funny because I went back to me and Daniel's messages and I'm just sitting here like, oh God, that was April 18th, 2025.
It was a year ago.
And I'm remembering everything that was going on around that time. I remember when me and Eli first met for this and they were telling me about, the players that I was going to be playing with. And immediately I was just like, so chaos. All right, we need a dad of the group. Bet. I'm going to just be the dad of the group because someone needs to keep the plot going. Someone needs to keep this train going. And just going through our messages and just the things me and Daniel talked about, like the various relationships that they have with all the characters between the saint, the prophet, and the pagan. I think a lot of my brain went into, okay, cool. We have a guide. The guide's kind of, don't trust them. Don't trust the prophet. All right, we need to solidify a relationship with the pagan. We need to solidify a relationship with the saint. You two, however, you know what? Friendship is magic. That's where my brain went into immediately. Friendship is magic. So I remember just stepping into this character and saying, I don't have a lot of background on you. However, we're in hell for whatever reason. Whether we did something good, bad, whatever, we need to get out. I just remember my first thought, like I remember us having to sludge through this like inky, watery kind of like sludge mixture. And I remember the serpent reaching out to the pagan. And I described it as like, this Kingdom Hearts scene where you see Riku standing behind the water before it slams down on them and they were just reaching out their hand. And that's what started this whole hand-holding movement in that canto. That moment right there where I believe it'd be the first time they mentioned we're going to get through this together. Like, I remember that specifically. I remember just every other week, just being like, what can we do? How do we keep this party from imploding onto one another? And just being there, just being the serpent that is wrapping around everyone, just reminding them, keep going, keep pushing, keep moving, keep doing the thing. I remember specifically telling Daniel, the serpent is going to be like on like one of their virtues is going to be their virtues and vices kind of work in tandem. I forget what our virtues and vices were. Could someone remind me?
Yeah, I got them right here. We have benevolence and justice as our virtues, and lechery and disdain as our vices.
I think I played them in tandem where there's that benevolence and justice, but it's kind of like you push it a little too far. For example, they care about the pagan, right? They're going to stick to them like Velcro. That's their friend. That's their buddy. However, we also know how that can get a little wonky where it's just like, Jesus, you're around this person constantly. You're right up under them. I remember like when we got to the boat and just, hey, we need to figure out how to get on this thing. I can't remember if it was the saint or the serpent that convinced them. One of those two in a joint effort somehow convinced the ferryman to let us, like, what can we do to, because I was playing a face rogue. I remember specifically telling Eli that I'm going to play a face rogue because I'm tired of everyone being like, oh, a rogue, you know, they got to be dark. No. This dude's going to be up in your face talking consistently, like, what's going on? What's happening? They're just going to be saying stuff to see what ticks. What nodes do they like fire off in their brain cell? Just trying to see what gets their body doing something that makes them say, that's a soft spot. Because you're a thief, right? You have memories of running down the street, like doing, like putting on different guises of other people. This is your job. You're not some dark, brooding character in the background, like, don't see me. No, you are someone that gets up in someone's shit and you learn about their family, their mom, their dad, their life, their job, what they do, what do they do at 2:00 p.m., what they do at 12:00 a.m. You know your target. And playing that kind of face rogue, honestly, opened up a lot of doors on how to play other like classes and characters. I found myself just having a lot of fun. I think, I don't know if anyone else has done it. I think I started off the anime trend with the serpent and combat just being like, yeah, we're going to just be flashy as hell.
Oh,
just,
yeah. No, I'm saying this is the latest serpent. Did that.
Absolutely. Because it's like, you don't have magic. You are a martial class that, like, all intents and purposes, you are a martial class that could transform. But if your transformation doesn't work, you got 2 daggers. What you doing about it? Every moment needs to be flashy. Just, oh my God. I had so much fun with them. And then just kind of poking at each character, just instilling them with this idea of, we got to keep going. We got to keep pushing forward. We're going to get through this because the only way out is forward. And the only way through, what is the damn quote that we made? The only way out is forward, and the only way through is something like that.
The only way out is forward, and the only way through is together.
The only way out is forward, and the only way forward is through together. It's my brain's running at 500 miles per hour trying to remember all this because I used to be able to say this effortlessly last week. Now I'm on the spot, can't remember anything, of course. But just creating that quote with everyone and just starting that process of them bonding together, seeing the saint and the prophet get together, like finally put their issues aside and just, yeah, you two are romantically involved with each other. Like you're bickering, you're arguing. Dear Lord, you love each other. Say something already. And just purposely getting the prophet upset because he's like, I see the serpent holding the saint's hands. Like I'm sitting here like, ooh, planting seeds of doubt, am I? Trying to see what relationship startups I can have. I think, and kind of like Danny, because we both talked about this, how hope is a resource. Any chance I could get, hey, Eli, can I spend like 2 hope for this? Can I spend 5 hope for this? Like how much hope you want me to give you? Hey, yo, can I take an extra attack in this turn? Just how much hope can I spend? Because yes, we're trying to get out. But unlike how Danny said that they felt like the serpent was hopeless, no, they had hope. They felt like that, you know, they can get through this by any means necessary. However, whatever it means to get out of this, we have resources, we have tools, use them. And
I was just going to say, like, because I want to make sure everyone has a chance to talk about everything, because we're also going to lose Danny in a little bit. So I want to make sure we're good. But like, yeah, so Blackwell had this really hopeful and like helpful serpent, and then Heather picked it up. Heather was all about togetherness.
I was wheeling and dealing behind the serpent.
And you were the two with the gun.
I got a gun out of this. So
listen, you said leave you one out of the 38, 58 that I had.
If you can convince Blackwell to keep one, you can have it. And I went, bet. So as the torch or the snake skin was passed off to me for Canto 3, Blackwell was great about passing off some notes outside of the fact of, me watching and seeing just what my interpretation of the playthrough was. And there were a lot of things that I wanted to pull, but one of the things that was gnawing at me when I was coming into it is, we're in hell. There is no time for relationships. We already don't know enough about each other. And I think in my notes when I passed them off to actually, my next Canto 4 was friendship is magic. And then I wrote, I said, fuck friendship is magic in this Canto. Because I flipped it because everybody else was playing. We once again saw another shift of players of them being a little bit more serious. And I went, well, we're going into lust. What is a snake if the one who was supposedly the one in the Garden of Eden who did the temptation? Well, I'm going to do temptation different. I'm going to go, oh, I see this. Mm-hmm. What is this really? I think they're taking the saint from their true purpose. The prophet's using you. They want to walk you on a leash. I was like, I'm going to go, do you see what's happening? They're using you. And still playing that face role with being, rogues aren't normally that, but I said, let me play into that because I think I wrote, in life, the serpent was a devious, deadly, and poisonous person who betrayed everybody, stole everything they could seize. This is within the serpent subclass. And I was like, what if I was that serpent in the Garden of Eden? Not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm going to root out, what is this really? And then we met the exile. And I said, why is everyone being mean to the exile? They can help us. Okay, y'all need to chill. What's wrong? We're all in hell. You're like us. I want to know more. And there's some stuff behind the scenes that I know about this that was very beautiful that, obviously I'm not going to reveal anything. But
it's been revealed.
It's finally been revealed. I've been busy.
We all,
you can tell us. Trust, you can tell us.
Busy.
We all know.
Okay, well, the whole thing is that the serpent and the exile, were together. And was basically
so, but they weren't. They weren't. This has been changed. It's been Danny changed it. They're twin sisters.
They're sisters. And the pagan might be with us in real life. That's still being determined, but the pagan is.
We're gonna burn the world. We're gonna burn.
Listen, my OTP was shipping.
We're gonna burn the world, down. Something's wrong.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. No. You're gonna be so happy, I can't wait. Heather, because you gave me so many
I have to come back for.
I love this.
But getting Lantern Bros started. Then we also had the steal his lyre, steal his wife. That whole, it was pure chaos. I was shit stirring my entire Canto. It was like that, and then it was turn everyone around each other, and then it was all right. So here's what I did. Here's everything past that I've gotten in my observations from Blackwell, and everyone I've kind of built up from there. And I went, have at it.
And then,
so I gotta say,
before we switch to Danny, my favorite part of playing with Heather as the serpent was getting the pictures of the notes because Heather made amazing notes of what to say.
I would write things that I wanted to talk about, and they were so evil. It was how can I shit stir? I wish I knew where that notebook was right now because I just moved my office, and it was literally just oh, they treat you like a dog. Oh. Would you let them keep walking you on a leash? And those were literally in my notes. And then I'm circle back to this later. So cute, okay, great. Now try to turn. I know what you did to me. My notes were devious. If I have them, I will eventually post them in the chats just to be now guys, here you go, enjoy. I was shit stirring on the back end.
Please do.
That's awesome.
Please do. Because
it was very
serial from Daniel to me to you. I'm so happy that you started that. God.
I had some evil shit written down.
So then Heather passed over to Danny into the pit. And Danny, tell us about the madness that you started.
Sure. So I put the thing here that I put every time I would play, which is anti-authoritarian anarchist Snorse, which is how I played the serpent in Canto 4. What a gift across the board. I mean, okay, so first off, the fact that Canto 3, and you deserve some of the flowers here, Eli, for this also, ended at such a great dramatic point of messiness, where we also had a lot of revelation of backstory before Hell, meant that we were the first Canto to really start with a significant amount of revelation about what relationships were like and who we were. Still a lot left to be revealed, but more than before, right? So that was really impactful. Because of the exact deviousness you're talking about, you participated, Heather, in having our character help break up the saint and the pagan, which completely realigned the focus, because there was so much focus in the third canto on that dynamic, that when that dynamic went poof, and at the same time we found out, oh, the saint almost fucking killed the pagan when the pagan was a kid, while participating in killing the pagan's family, right? As a matter of genocide. And then found out that at the same time, the prophet who our character worked for in real life cut out our character's tongue as a matter of punishing us, especially when we're a face, especially when we've been playing a face up to this point. Ooh, I got to walk in and fucking wreck everyone every fucking time with that. It was a beautiful gift. I gotta say, before I go too much farther though, because we haven't talked a lot about mechanics yet, other than the hope stuff, you all are beautiful people. You are my favorite fucking people. Jesus fucking Christ. How did you give me such a broken character? What a beautifully broken. I gotta say
Daniel.
it. I gotta say the exact.
It's Daniel.
Daniel started it.
Cutting action. It's the greatest thing. It's like cutting action, bam. Hypnotic gaze, bam.
But forget about that. By the end of my canto, I'm looking at the level 8 sheet right now. 20 dex, 17 charisma, 16 wisdom, 14 constitution, and strength. Dumped intelligence at 10, which, come on, that's not even bad. Like, that's flat.
Right. I rolled so good. Oh my god.
You have to understand, right. I rolled more than 150. More than 150 in the canto. Multiple times I rolled 50. Right? Because we were rolling with a plus 16 in stealth by the time I picked up the sheet. Plus 16. Woo! Okay? And we had bless, so I got 4 from that when I would max out that. And then we had pass without trace going because of the exile and because the pagan could do it too. So between the two, I was routinely rolling in the 40s. I seriously rolled in the like a flat 50, like a nat 20 and a 4 on the fucking bless die at least twice. I think maybe 3 times. I got to go back and check, but like
gorgeous.
Amazing. Like the fact that you gave me that was brilliant. And by the time I got the sheet, there was a little bit of magic on it. So, and this matters because of something that happened in the canto, but just a tiny bit. There was a cantrip of Sacred Flame that I used a little bit, but that was not nearly as important as Suggestion and Dominate Person. Because I ended up with Suggestion and Dominate Person, and each thing I think I only used once. I used Suggestion on a bad guy that we rolled for, a demon that's the second most powerful like critter that you could run into in the gluttony area, which is where we were for ours, after Cerberus. And I went up to them after having been able to hustle with Eli to let me cast Fireball, basically, because I ended up rolling nine fire potions I could take. And I wanted to, I was very anti-authoritarian. Hi, I'm Danny. I'm anti-authoritarian. But I was very anti-authoritarian as a Snorse. I was really pissed at the fucked up bureaucracy of autocracy in Hell. And I was like, nah, fuck that. We seized the means of production in this house. So we went over to where these people were making all of these potions by fucking up souls, by having to put them through like really disgusting processes. And we broke up those means of production by having 9 fire potions drop into a pit and blow it up, casting 108 damage. So right after that, with this build you all gifted me, we got to go face the second hardest, unit to face, right, in this circle of hell. And I cast suggestion on them and they failed. And I told them to jump in that pit and they fucking died.
Yeah.
And then the second time was Eurydice. So by the time our Canto is happening, Orpheus is gone, right? Because fuck that guy. We have Eurydice. We got the lyre, right? So we stole his lyre, and you'll be happy to know the saint stole his wife. The saint was fucking like basically. That's because the saint has terrible taste, like has real problems with toxic relationships with manipulative people. We tried to be good helpers in that. Saint did not want to have it, and I love Anna for that. But because we were trying in the end, there was toward the end of the Canto I was in, the false prophet, who I always would refer to as the false prophet, right? And to be clear, right? And our character were at a weird detente, right? Where our character had gotten to a place of like, you fucking suck, so do I, right? Like I belong here just like you do, but they don't, right? Pointing over at the pagan, and we're gonna fucking get through this together because it's the only way we're gonna get out of this shit. But when we get out of here, I'm gonna fucking find you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna bring you back down here, and we're gonna keep doing this. Because you deserve it, you piece of shit. Cutting out my tongue. Anyway, so the and the other stuff, because they're like a cult leader, basically. So they suck. But the prophets can talk about all the things that humanize the prophet. That's not this table. But the toward the end there, to try to separate Anna's saint from Eurydice and try to get Orpheus's lyre away from Eurydice, our character maneuvered everything so that the false prophet would end up with the lyre and actually attuned to a very powerful magical item off of that. And the way that we got that done was I think also suggestion. I don't think I used dominate person at all, because I think it was suggestion again. Maybe it was dominate person on the first one, but I planted our character planted in Eurydice's mind that what was happening in that moment was all Eurydice's fault, and that the best thing she could do was run away. And it was like drop the lyre there and run away, and that shit lasts for 8 hours. So she dropped the lyre. We got it over there with the oracle's little pet, right, little familiar, and it was great. And all that was possible because of the build that you all gifted. So thank you for that. Our Canto was mostly about infighting, about the stuff like dealing with the aftermath of what you all gave us. And because the whole cast in Canto 4, everybody that I got to be at the table with is such beautiful artists doing incredible work, we were able to reveal more backstory shit. And by the time we handed it over to Abby here and her compatriots, we were through there. We had put hope into bread to feed to Cerberus. Cerberus was on our side because we had seen like the scars on Cerberus's neck. We're like, nah, this person's getting fucked over here too, right? Like we don't want to fight you. We want to be buddies, because we want everybody to break through these like oppression mechanisms right here. And we got through the end of that. We revealed more stuff. We revealed that the exile and the serpent are sisters in real life. That the serpent and the pagan know each other in real life and seem to have some kind of meaningful relationship, be it romantic or not, is not defined. But in a way that transcends questions of romance or not, especially since we're in hell, we're basically Ken dolls, right? And Barbie dolls. Like we don't have any sexual organs down in hell. It's a love that transcends definition in that way, transcends those kinds of boundaries. Our serpent declared love for the pagan. The pagan in that one equalized hope with the serpent, saying, look, the only way that I can get through this is with you. Will you promise me that you're not going to self-destruct on our way out? I need you to go through this with me. And my serpent said, yeah, we'll do that. And so that's why we don't have a lot less hope than we would have now, because I was burning through that shit too. And when we started, I told Eli, I'm like, is it okay if maybe there's no serpent after my Canto? Because there's a chance I might burn all the hope and then get lost. So we actually, am I allowed, Eli, is it okay if we talk about the backup plan
Yeah.
to talk about?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it would have been Abby maybe taking over the exile. That was part of the relationship thing there too. Is that like it could have gone in that direction, and or possibly a new build. I mean, I think it probably would have been collaborated on with Abby and leaned into whatever Abby felt best about. But like the what I needed to know, there was a plan, so I would know like, can I potentially jump all the way off the ledge, if that's what makes sense in the story? And it went in the opposite direction. So by the end of it, we worked out all the messy shit that we had. It didn't mean that there isn't more mess to carry over. There is, by miles. But it got to a new place where like, okay, here's all this new fun shit that the new Canto gets to work with. And then to pass it over to Abby, the very last moment when we're looking out onto this, off this ledge, essentially, into a bunch more of hell, because, you know, the further in you go, the further in you go, like the deeper, right? So you're looking down into the rest of hell. You see Dis off in the distance, which we're not going to get to for Cantos, right? And very last thing that happens in our Canto is our character leaps down into the next area of hell. So Abby picked it up midair.
And Abby, tell us our current serpent. Tell us about your experience starting in Freefall.
Oh, in Freefall. I gotta say, first off, just hearing everyone talk about their serpents, I was so nervous when, you know, I was in the middle of school when Eli first approached me, and I'm like, I can't do it this year, maybe next year. And then I got the chance to do it, and I take the serpent because I love snakes. I'm a freak. I'm very literal in that sense. I'm like, fuck, this is so many people's character. Am I going to do them justice? And just hearing everyone describe what they believe the serpent to be, I'm like, okay, I feel validated. I feel like I'm doing something right. And Eli goes, by the way, you jumped off a cliff. I'm like, what? Pardon? I beg your fucking pardon? And so from there, I'm like, okay, great. My sister is here too. Wonderful. We need to figure out how to get out of this situation. So I bullshit some stuff with my daggers and fall down this cliff slowly. And at that point, I'm like,
And no,
great.
the exile caught you because they've got
did.
Icarus's wax wings. So your sister saved you too. It was a group effort.
Siblings. And at that point, I'm just like, oh fuck, what am I going to do with this character? And I had begun reading through the Serpent Chat at that point. So I'm like, okay, so I know prophet's our enemy, false prophet. This is what we're working with. I am playing the Serpent a lot like a scorned Robin Hood. Because right now in our Canto, we are trying to free souls from Hades. And as we are going through this horrible, horrible realm, like literally there is just a Sisyphean river that we're approaching in the finale as it comes up. I've been trying to get souls out, and I'm very proud to say as a serpent, not only did we accomplish something this Canto with helping a soul find her brother, but we're going to get that brother out of hell.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Blackwell had an infernal chronicle that he had an experience with that just never happened through the next ones. And then Abby met this and closed the loop on that.
I'm so happy that you're able to do that too, because I was like,
we're getting him out.
Like if that had failed, that would have hurt. Because I'm like, I remember that scene, just like me and Annie having that moment of reconnecting. This person seeing me as a human being. That was the first time the serpent felt like they were a person. And making that promise of, I will find your brother. And the moment you said, yeah, we found the brother.
We found him. Yeah. And that same session, I found out our name. Remind me of the name, Eli. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's Greek.
Hypomene.
And we learned this from a thief named Dismas, who knew us in life and taught us how to steal at a young age. And Dismas, because I had to miss our last session IRL because gas leak, I had to be evacuated from my neighborhood, whole thing. Sorry. Dismas is currently talking to the fucking prophet about all the shit about me. And the prophet and I's relationship this Canto has been interesting because our prophet has been very, fuck all of you, I'm going to do what I want. And the serpent's like, I'm going to manipulate you so I can get the fuck out of here. Because I was going off Danny's I will kill you mentality. I'm like, I'm going to manipulate you so we can get out of here. If that means we have to act like used car salesmen to these demons to get these souls out, because this has been a very roleplay heavy Canto. We have been talking our way out of most situations, save for a few demons, especially the one that I ate, but that's no biggie. So Hypomene now, she and the pagan have had chances to be close, but it really has just been, we need to get across this river. We need to get these souls out of here because we have been charged by Hades, Pluto, to get these souls back to where they belong. But the serpents, like, fuck that. We're getting them out. And although the pagan and I have talked about what it is going to look like, serpent's like, I don't care if you want to keep them. We're getting them out of here, especially this brother. Except for Dismas, the man who raised us, the man who taught us how to steal, made us into what we were, and ultimately led to us getting our tongue cut out because he put us on this path. I talked about it with Eli, but I want to put it to our other serpents. Because this man ruined our life and is now working with our worst enemy, I'm going to eat him.
Was just about to
during
go
our
Yeah,
last
eat him.
please. Yeah, please. Thank you.
Eat him.
This is
Murk
okay.
him.
Do it.
Drain
Can I-
his soul.
can I-
I am freeing every
can I-
soul except for
Wait.
fucking
Get it.
Dismas.
He's just
So,
a guy.
Can I
I'm going to wait for
say-
him to think that he is free, and then I am going to be like,
Absolutely.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Serve
Pull
please.
up
serpent
eight
do.
strange
time.
nights on him where it's like he sees that opening in the doorway, like this little kid's about to get
So-
out there, and the next thing you know gets snatched back. Like, yes, mark them.
So,
Yeah.
keeping in mind that our virtue, one of our virtues is justice, believes that no one it can be above the law, whatever law is, right, for us as a character. And then looking at lechery and disdain and vices, right, does not control or attempt to control their desires, considers nothing to be of worth if not themselves. I think that it would be weird if you didn't eat him, right? Like, I feel like that is very, very fitting. Also, I gotta say, because I'm learning VTM a little bit, like in another project, the fact that you are basically having our character commit diablerie, right, on what is essentially the sire of our character as a thief, is very fun to me.
Very
so
fun.
I like it.
Yeah.
Every
Heather.
soul.
It's the intertwining of your virtues and vices,
I'm
and it's just
navigating
like
it.
this is a complete person.
But,
I
like-
love it.
I feel like right
No.
now I'm just making my parents proud. I'm like, oh, my
But like, think of it this
Snarents.
way.
You're
I
snaring.
think it's brilliant.
You doing good, sweetie. You doing
so
good.
Wait, you know what? Hold on. I need to. Okay, so you just called us Snarents. I just realized we're the first 5. There's going to be another 5. We get to be their
We are the
Snelders.
Snelders.
Oh my
Snelder
god!
Council.
The
Snelders.
Snelders.
Like coming in with the canes. Like, what's
All right.
these kids doing? Did you?
I love
eat
you,
anyone
chaotic
today?
assholes. Heather, turn.
back to
Heather's turn.
Abby and the fact that like you were like, hey, I want to put it to you guys about like, what if I ate him? I mean, that was my initial thing. But think of it this way: this is the person who got us to where we were, that our tongue was taken out, and to have the ability to eat them and be like, I know what you taste like. I have the tongue. I will end
Yeah,
you.
that's
Like
really good.
there's something very delicious about that type of thing happening. Is I lost my tongue because of you, and now I will taste your flesh.
I'm getting my tongue back, and we're kissing the pagan.
Ooh.
With tongue.
Yeah.
Oh. Can I
With
can I
the
say
tongue.
when you said at the very start, Abby, when you said that this is like a scorned Robin Hood, I was like, yes, that is it. That is exactly.
I'm so proud I did you proud.
That is yes. That's what I want. Oh,
You did more than do us
perfect.
proud.
That's such a,
You
I
created
just
a
wanna-
whole
Oh,
new being, and we love it.
Also, Abby did something beautiful with the Snorse that I was not done by anybody else. Abby used the voice modulator. The Snorse
Oh,
has
yeah.
a voice now.
No shit.
Oh no!
Amazing.
What did you do to the Snorse? Now I need to know. What did you do to my
Let me
baby?
open up voicemail.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
my god!
Let's hear the Snorse,
Hell
baby.
yeah.
For
I
those
don't
who
want to
don't
take
know,
up too much time because I do want us
No.
to get to Heather. So let me open that.
Hell
For those who don't know, the Snorse was created because of an accidental miscommunication where when I created this thing in Canto 2, I said serpentine like body, like a dragon body, serpentine like head, like King Cobra, like King Cobra. Somehow we got into the joke of like the pagan, and not the pagan, the saint and the prophet riding off into the sunset. So now, snake body, horse head.
You carried them. You're a steed. You're a Snorse.
Riding
That's
in
how it
battle.
happened.
Yeah.
Snorses all the way
Very
down.
fun.
Truly.
I loved it.
Oh,
so
don't
much.
crash on me. Come on. God damn it.
There will be a clip. We will be clipping from the actual show, but is it?
Yeah.
So good. While
I
Abby
gotta
gets
say, I'm
back
now
going.
catching up on the back chat, and y'all are phenomenal people. If you want to get in the back chat for one of our things, join the Discord, everybody. and then possibly get into a show with us, and then you two can be entertained privately by your friends.
Yeah, you guys enjoy my notes
have a
in
good
Network
time.
of Serpents.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now.
Serial
I saw
killer
that. It looks
like.
beautiful.
You have great handwriting.
Oh, that's the messy kind. That's the
Yeah,
messy
seriously. I was
handwriting.
saying.
Dang.
Wait.
I don't know, baby, it's me. The serpent, this is our voice, by the way, but we're snores. I tried my best. I love you, bitches. Mwah.
Yes.
I am in love with this. Yes.
I
Yes.
got jump scared by that with no warning.
That is beautiful.
Fucking
Yeah,
gorgeous.
I love it.
It's so
Contribution.
bonkers.
Oh my God, they're going through puberty.
I'm feeling all the things.
They go the sound of a horse.
I mean, they are canonically the youngest member of the group.
and yet we're the most
They are.
terrifying
You guys are the
thing
babies.
in hell right now.
All we have is
Truly.
time.
Yes.
God.
Because they're
Before-
free in their mind. Yeah.
Before we lose Danny, there's one question that I've been asking everybody from every table, and I think it's a really, really beautiful thing, because this is like, you guys are the first half. Abby is the pinnacle, this is like the top, and then the roller coaster down is starting in Canto 6. So I want to know what you guys are, what was or is your hope for the Serpent at the end of this journey in a year and a half. So I'm going to start the other way around. So Abby, you're about to say goodbye to the Serpent. What is your wish for this character?
I would like her to be able to rest. She is so young to be full of so much anger. I would like her to rest and have a happy life with the pagan, but we'll see.
Listen, the pagan has, honestly, that actually was said in the pagan chat. And then they said, but they've got a blood feud. they've made a pact to kill the saint. So there's pacts are being made, guys. Anyway, Danny, what is your wish for the Serpent?
I would love for the people who pick this up after us to have as much fun with this character as we've had, and do whatever the fuck they want with them. Just drive them like they stole them and make it make sense with what we've done. That's all I got. Everything else is up to y'all, where you want to take it. I'm going to be really excited to watch
We're
it.
driving with Snorse power,
Amazing.
guys. That's how you drive it, like you stole
Snorse
it.
power. One Snorse. Wait, was it Canto 3 that actually calculated
we
Snorse
did.
power?
Yeah.
Rosie did that.
Yeah, Rosie,
Rosie.
definitely calculated her
Yes,
Yeah.
they
power.
did that.
Of course it was. Yeah,
Did the math.
awesome.
Anyway, Heather, yes, what is your
I
wish?
think because, and I think it's maybe just because I feel very personal about this, of feeling of like, as the serpent that brought the exile in, I feel there is like this weird, like mothery, like protection, is that I do truly hope that we don't lose the exile, and that we can take them through that final level of hell to show them that you weren't really a coward. Things happen, we can't always control it, and that, you know, these sisters can come out the other side. Like, that's like my big hope.
I will announce, this is going to be the thing that I announce that Danny knows about. We're going to learn about how the exile got where they were, because we're going to have a prequel Calamity style at the end of the year.
You read my mind, Eli. I was in the middle of DMing you to ask you if you wanted to talk about that. Am I allowed to mention the thing that would tie into what Daniel said earlier about my character?
Yeah.
Okay. Daniel, would you like to know how perfectly aligned our snake lineage is?
Please.
Guess who the fuck I'm playing in that Calamity thing? Which of the archetypes that are not in
Slave?
What was
the
the other archetype you were? Yeah,
That's correct.
No
We're renaming it the Poltroon. We're renaming it the Poltroon because we don't really like the slave aesthetics and whatever. And to lean into it, what we're going to be doing is the character. This is the first time we're talking about it publicly. But to lean into that character, which is that archetype, just reskinning it, is they're going to be the worst. Like, they're going to be the moderate that MLK complains about. Do you know what I mean? Like, the one that's just like stuck all the time, holding everybody back, just being like the app. Because I was trying to be like, part of what we talked about is like, how can I play the fucking opposite
Valid.
of the of
So is
character,
this
right?
is this Serpent's like ancestor or like why they're in hell?
No, so one of the
the-
party members, the
Yeah.
exile was with.
Oh,
Yeah.
The Exile had a
oh.
whole
We'll
other
talk about that.
party.
We'll go into more
Yeah,
detail.
there's
Oh,
the Exile had a whole
gosh.
other
Yeah.
party.
They were
That all
previous
die.
victims
Yes,
of
they were like the ones
Orpheus.
before us, or
Yeah.
maybe
Of the
before,
guide.
before whatever before us. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because Orpheus has been doing
Mhm.
this for years because
That's
he's been trying to get the hell out. We
right.
learned this during Canto
Yeah.
too, and it was just like, oh no, you're not going to use us anymore. Because I believe the serpent was like, I'm not going to shoot him. The prophet said, yeah, I'm not above that. Pow.
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't. The somebody gave the
Oracle.
exile. No, somebody gave the guide. Somebody gave Orpheus a gun. Thanks, Mags. And Orpheus shot the pagan, and baby, aka Oracle, said, I'm not a human. I'm not a man. I'll shoot him. So the baby shot Orpheus. But we got off track. Blackwell, what is your wish for the serpent moving forward?
The only way out is through, and the only way through is forward. We've talked about how the serpent is pretty much essentially a liberator at this point. They've met their sibling. They met someone that was very influential in their life, and they found their brother. I would hope that they're able to make it out of this alive and continue to form the community that they've been forming because, again, they're so young. They never had a chance at a normal life. They probably never will because that's trauma that's going to be entrenched in their body. This is down to their DNA. But I would hope the moment they get out of hell, they can live in peace. I get it that it's kind of like a little silly ha-ha thing, but there's a part of me that's just like, maybe they live on a farm. They're surrounded by animals. They don't ever have to pick up another job, a gig of having to go out and assassinate someone, never having to put on a different identity, a different face. They can just be themselves,
Let me
whoever
just
that
pick
person
fruit with
is.
my wife.
No, Blackwell.
I will say though, unable to speak because they do
True.
not have
No
a
tongue.
tongue.
But Blackwell, one of the things you told me when I took over was we were talking about the whole idea of shedding skin. You know, the snake each canto somewhat sheds skin, and it goes back to maybe they finally shed that trauma as they come out of hell. That's the trauma. They shed that last bit of skin.
They turn into a new being, finally, to be free of their shackles, to eat the person that, all intents and purposes, made them like this. You are free. And I think that's what it comes down to, them being free in love and happy.
I love that. Before Daniel talks, I know Danny wants to hear this, but Danny has to go.
Oh no,
You're
no,
getting
I'm
close.
good for. Well, I can go right up to when I have to jump to the other thing. if
Got
you
it.
want.
Okay,
So I can
perfect,
I can
perfect.
stick around for another half.
Awesome. Okay, Daniel, what is your wish? As the
Number
one
one,
who
the
started it all,
progenitor.
what is your wish for your baby?
The great-great-grandfather.
Oh, I'm so proud of y'all. Like genuinely hearing all you guys talk about the serpent is just the greatest thing ever. Just hearing my sad little depressed guy get like, becoming a liberator, which is so fascinating. I had never suspected that for his character arc. When I was playing him for the 3 episodes, it was just like sadness and depression, we're in hell, hope, drowning, c'est la vie. And I think when I was making the character at the beginning, I was already imagining the end. And what I had always imagined for the end, and I imagined this around episode 3, which was the final one, I imagined my serpent having spent all of their hope, and they stay in hell. I had fully imagined the darkest timeline version of like everyone walking upstairs and like ascending, and they go up against an invisible wall and just can't pass through because they have no more hope left in them. And having this tragic goodbye with everyone. Do I wish for that to happen to them? I mean, no. So depressing. So depressing. That being said, if that does happen, hell yeah. But strangely, it's just like, oh man, this is fascinating. And I'm totally going to be watching the rest of it after hearing all these descriptions and like what all you guys talking about Serpent's choice was like, I gotta watch this, I have to watch this, I have to watch this. But yeah, I guess my wish for it would just be that I hope that my wish is just that everyone just enjoys playing Serpent. I'm very happy to hear that you all have enjoyed playing this fucked up character with a lot of issues, and it makes me so happy that you all have enjoyed them because there was no plan. There was no plan, and I'm very happy, and I hope and I wish for everyone who continues to play Serpent to just continue having that joy of being a devious little snake in the garden, playing with fuckers and doing anime shit.
Mm-hmm. That's the one thing that stays.
It's really great. You guys have some real.
Yes.
What did
the anime shit was across?
That's the one line that stays.
Yes.
Yeah, Heather got to kill.
It's got to be anime as fuck.
Yeah, because I did so much damage.
Oracle.
I rolled so good for my stats. When I made Serpents, I rolled it so good. I was like, I rolled a nat.
It was a
20.
blessing.
Nat 20 for Dex, for fuck's sake. Like that never happened to me.
I get
like that was a blessing because I sneaked
serpent,
every time.
Every Serpent has been like, "Is this right?" And I went, "Yeah."
Like I can how much damage?
Level 1 +7 to stealth. It was beautiful.
It just kept going up. Oh,
that's
stealth 16.
We got snack attacks.
Yeah, snack attack came from me because I switched it.
Snack
attack became
I love
me,
that.
so I changed it on my thing. Also, when I had the Serpent, I was at a +16 stealth.
Jesus, I'm looking at my character sheet. Yes, I still have it. Yeah, my
+16.
20.
Just unbelievable. That +16.
Like I just kept putting more into it. I'm like, let's just keep being truly sneaky.
Yeah.
So
and then and that's where my anime stuff came from. Because I would just like, pop up next to people. I was just magically next to everyone all the time. Because wherever I needed to be.
Roll less than a 50, and I'd be like, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. How dare you?
How dare you? I can also say so. The Serpent, for being the person who started with no hope, with like very hopeless, has the most connections. Like, especially because the Serpent is the only one that has a connection to the exile. So as an explanation about the prequel. So Canto 3 found the exile who was abandoned and lost after their party was all killed by Hector of Greek mythology. And it was really funny because absolutely what Heather said, Heather was the only character, the Serpent was the only character that was like, come on, like we're in this together, like you're a victim with us too.
Because it
which was how
Orpheus,
then after the fact I was
Orpheus
like, hey,
did this to you, and I took that as you can come with us. We'll get you out with us.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Everybody else hated it.
And I was like,
so I had the thought, and I was like, Heather, I was like, hey Heather, do you have a brain to talk about this? Because I need to talk about the exile.
And we just were like,
so we were plotting. Yeah, and there was a world where they could have been lovers, like they could have been a partner, and then Danny was like, I like the idea of sisterhood, which was fine. That's how this works. Like every new Canto adds something to it and changes it. I love it. But yeah, so the exile had a party, and that's what the prequel is going to be. It's the party that was lost, which is a bunch of absolute assholes who don't understand what teamwork is.
Yeah,
like
that's our basic idea.
Enjoy, like, guys. I helped set you up a prequel because I love the exile so much. I saw potential there.
True. Well done.
We have these dysfunctional party members.
Whoa!
No, we've got a cast. We've got a cast. We've got a bard. We've got. Hey, listen! I do something with every single one of my Cantos again, and yours was saving your ass. Blackwell, the Canto 2 was fully like Blackwell got sucked into a void by the deck of many things, and Canto 2 had to save him.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm
But,
not even kidding. When I
yeah,
was watching
anyway.
Canto 2, I kept hearing, "Can I spend a hope? Can I spend a hope?" And I literally was like, "Okay, you're spending too much." I literally just like, it was like, this feels like a lot of. What did I?
Now you know
start?
how I
What did
felt.
do? I felt so guilty.
Literally, the song "Jackpot" is playing through my head by Gamer Boy
Yeah.
Jones. That's what's going through my
I
mind.
think
I'm just like, this
That's
is
so
this is
Yeah.
a lot. This is a lot.
what was it? I was gonna say I
I don't
only
want this
spent
open.
Yeah,
hope
so-
on I think one really cool thing, and then I said, "Can I give it to the exile?"
yeah.
I gave my hope to someone
Yeah.
else.
So yeah.
Yes.
So
And then I was able to continue
Passing on.
that. See what you
Yeah.
started? See what you started?
Kindy.
We're,
Beautiful.
listen, spend it like it's burning holes
If
in
I
your
could,
pockets.
I actually want to say
But,
one more thing.
yeah.
Before, since romance has been brought up, I do want to say for me, it's never been pagan and serpents. Never been that. We're bros. For me, it's
yeah.
it's always been the serpent and the saint. Always from
Actually,
the get-go.
The saint
I've always
the saint
loved that.
saved the serpent with their banner.
Yeah. There
So,
was just
yeah.
something about, for me, in episode 3, just like the serpent was very tired. They'd been mauled by a few animals. They drowned. They're in hell. They're very tired. And there was something so animalistic about wanting to go to someone strong, like a pillar of righteousness, and wanting to just like lean on that strength in a physical sense. And there's that, and that kind of connection I always thought of, like, yeah, these are the two who would get together. Pagan, bros, ride or die. Yeah.
plot twist.
So building.
I was
Yeah, go
the
ahead.
reason why I was trying to bring up the false prophet and the saint was so I could slither in.
Yes! Yes!
So
Get the
just
Get the
just as a little bit of additional inside baseball on the fourth canto, the main reason that wasn't on the menu for me when I was running that is because we found out about what the saint did to the pagan.
Valid,
Right?
changes
valid.
things.
So the love for the pagan eclipsed anything with the saint. But I will say, our character during my canto was relentless toward the false prophet, was more ambivalent with regard to the saint, because still did carry some connection to the saint, right? But was aware of what the saint had done and how the pagan feels about it, and on balance was just was like, no, I'm not going to hurt the pagan, right? If it comes to one or the other, it's the pagan. But if it doesn't come to one or the other, we can all, except for the prophet, be together. There were so many times that everybody was doing shit and the prophet was like in a corner, being like, this is I wanted the whole time.
We have a meme about it. We have Fish, who was the prophet, made a meme of like, I don't need anybody, and meanwhile everyone around was like, like being so loving.
Truly,
together. It was very funny.
Everybody loves each other but me, and it was all my plan.
Hey, Danny, why don't you tell the class what the serpent did to the saint in real life?
Oh,
remember that memory?
Oh.
That really fucked me up?
Yeah. So toward the end, one of the gifts that Eli gave me toward the end of the canto I was in, I found out that the serpent is the one that brought the saint to the false prophet in real life. So one of the reasons why, and younger than the saint still, right? We're the youngest one, but not by a lot, right? Like by a few years. So like a handful or something. So we came to realize, oh shit, we did that. We ruined this person's fucking life. We led them to go work for the sociopathic piece of shit that we hate, right? So when we came back from that, it fully fed into a lot of the stuff I was doing already with the doubt and the sense of self-loathing, the sense that our character doesn't believe that they, when I was piloting it, didn't believe that they deserved to leave. They thought they deserved to be punished, right? Working under a conception of hell where like hell is ourselves, right? Hell doesn't need jailers. We are our own jailer. It's a manifestation of our own guilt and trauma and whatever, right? So off of that, thinking like landing in a place where like I don't have to be an angel to be on the side of angels, right? I'm a piece of shit, but I can choose to be a piece of shit for good. I'm going to be a piece of shit for that person over there who fucking deserves it. And I'm going to point us in a good direction. And then a little bit of Moses-y shit on the way out. Like, yeah, I don't think I belong in the promised land either. I'll lead them over there. And it's a little bit of what you were saying, Daniel. Like, if I had played all the way through, I don't know what would have happened. Who the fuck knows? But like, there's a non-zero chance that it would have been like, I promised to get you all the way there. I don't know if I can leave with you.
Yeah.
Right. But if they'd healed enough trauma on the way, then maybe we could get to the.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I'd love it. I'd love to see that, because I think one of the beautiful things about hell in this story for me is that we get to show how there is hope in the darkness, right? We get to show that it's not just the fucked up shit that people do to us. We get to push against that. It's a hopeful and a radical act, and I think that's really cool.
I think it's just really funny how the serpent became like this beacon of light when you have these various characters that should be beacons in their own like sort of way, but you get this slippery serpent who's just like, nope, y'all keep doing fuck shit, y'all keep hurting each other, I've done harm, we gotta do better, we have to do better.
Oh, that's amazing. Another thing that I mentioned, I think in the like group chat, I think Danny, you were asking like anything you guys didn't get with your characters, didn't quite get to touch on, and I had mentioned in mine, and I just like, yeah, here's a thought I had in the Discord of just like serpent in my mind has always been like the phrase, oh God, no honor among thieves, hates that phrase because. Thieves have only their honor. That's the only thing they're born with, entitled to. It's the only thing they have is their word, and that is it. They have nothing else. No money, no nothing. Kings, lords, ladies, they can all buy that shit back. He has it. It's the only thing he's born with. So he is the realest and most honorable person in the entire room. And to hear them talk about how he's like a beacon of hope for everyone to being this like real motherfucker in hell is so awesome, because he started so depressed, and it makes me just so happy to see him just like blossom into like a sweet little boy or a sweet little girl of just like I'm gonna drag you all by your fucking teeth through hell if I have to, just to get you over that finish line despite yourselves, and that's so awesome, and that's very like tribal. Kind of like very like tribal leader, kind of just like, this is my group, gotta get him over the finish line. I'll pay what I gotta pay, but I gotta get him there, and that's awesome to hear.
And it makes even more sense for the serpent to have the lantern now.
So yeah, question: what happened with the lantern?
Okay, so Daniel. So there was no lantern in Canto 1, and not really in Canto 2. It happened at the end of Canto 2.
The oracle or whatever torch that he had.
This is the torch that Orpheus, that the guide was carrying.
Yes.
But the torch burns out. It can. So in the hallowed halls of in the first level of hell, where all of the righteous unbaptized can be, all the good ones get to be kind of the least. It's like the good part of a really bad neighborhood. And they're safe there. It's like the gated community in just the worst in Nazi Germany. It's just the worst. But so Daedalus, the father of Icarus, made a golden lantern, so that way it can be carried with that hope, that flame of hope, that divine hope that you guys had in the fire. And it would have been carried by Orpheus, but y'all fucking hate Orpheus. So the serpent took it. It was a gift from Daedalus. And the person who carries it is the respawning point. This is the person who protects everybody. This is the person who is yeah, Ezra did keep running away.
And be like, oh, there's another person. And they're like, you have the fucking lantern. And I'm like, whatever.
Well, can I also say we need to have the ability to roll 50 stealth to be sneaky while holding a fucking lantern? Like, it's very
the very, very cool thing, like as a it is in the character description, the exile has a burnt out frozen lantern. So
Lantern
in the
Bros.
story, that they were the lantern holder, but it went out because they lost hope.
This is where Lantern Bros came from.
So
And now Serpent's the
This is
one
where Lantern
carrying the
Bros-
hope of the group. And they
It's
were
so
It was Lantern
beautiful.
Bros. That's where it all
Yeah.
came from. It was like, oh wait, you have a lantern too, but yours is
Yeah.
frozen. And I think one of the things I kept talking to Eli was about, can I reignite this lantern with my own hope?
yeah, and it's not.
And it
It wasn't
wasn't.
possible because of
Mhm.
whatever reason. But yeah, although you all do also have, because of I think it either came from Blackwell from 2 or 3. Everybody was gifted. No, it was
We got a
3. It
lot
was
of
definitely
stuff
3 because
with
that's where the lantern
3.
came in. Everybody was gifted a piece of
Mhm.
wood that was what the which is what the
Mhm.
torch was made out of, and the torches the piece of wood could be lit off of the. So
we would have to
people,
light the lantern.
everybody currently now has a way to like step away and have some hope, but they only have like 4 or 5 uses.
Yes.
I think it's 5 uses of the torches. So. Oh yeah, we've got Hector's helm. The pagan has that. That is causes lightning to happen.
Ooh.
Which
The
is amazing.
eyeballs.
The eyes of
Yes.
Minos.
We got a
which
lot of
are true
stuff.
sight. There's 2 of them.
We just
Yeah.
said give us.
In Lust, the
the
saint
sword.
has the
Yeah,
blade,
the sword that I said
the
you should
sword
keep it.
of.
You should keep it.
It's bad,
And
guys.
you should keep it.
Although,
Well, and there's the lyre, and the lyre is now in
and
the
now the
possession
lyre,
of the
and now
false
Orpheus's
prophet.
lyre, which is very powerful and when played, can convince even the devil himself to let people pass. So we got to see if that prophet uses that lyre.
The
for good or for
prophet
bad.
has it? Oh,
We don't
shit.
know. The prophet has
It's
it.
our fault that the prophet
God,
has it.
That's
We
Yeah, it is the
engineered
serpent's fault.
We very nearly got the prophet to give it to the pagan, and we pulled back on finalizing that manipulation. Above table, it was all coordinated
Yeah.
consensually, right, like among the table. But in the story, we pulled back a little bit on that, gave them more room without putting more pressure, and they ended up deciding in that moment that they were the only one that they could trust with that power. So they held on to it themselves.
So I'm editing my wish. Whoever takes Serpent next, you gotta sort out this guy Prophet. You gotta sort them out. You gotta put him in line.
Abby, you know what you gotta do.
Not the prophet. There is
One
a
more
false
second,
in
finale,
front
make
of
it
it.
big.
False
Please
prophet.
use
False
their full
prophet.
legal name.
False prophet.
It's true.
We know because we're the truth
Exactly.
tellers.
False
Use
That's
their
our
government name.
We the real ones
Their
here.
government name is
Their name is
Prophet,
FP for short.
false.
False
That's
prophet.
incredible. That's incredible. From
Abby,
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking pussy
I
ass
was-
bitch
Yes.
ass prophet.
that is the full
Yes.
government name, actually.
I'll make sure that our progenitor,
Yeah.
our
Like, hey,
inheritance.
is passed across responsibly.
Thank you.
Listen, if they got to get stabbed in the
We have
back,
2
it
bags
is
of
what it
two
is
pieces.
for the justice of the cause.
Oh, look, we're going across a river of sinners.
What if they
who are
fell in?
pushing stones?
Just
If I'm
push-
going across it,
What
the
if they
prophet's
fell in?
coming down with me.
Yeah.
Who said that?
They
Yeah.
can't.
Can
They
I-
it was an
can.
accident.
They can. They'll
Can I-
get crushed by rocks. So that is a
Can
thing.
I make a request since I'm at about
Yeah.
10 minutes till the next thing? I don't. This is up to you, Eli, and up to you, Abby. But I love that we have the full Snelder Council here right now, and we're filming this prior to the finale of the current Canto, but it'll air after the current Canto finale happens. Is there any shenanigan we can help? you
Yeah, is there
do
something you're thinking
here?
of before the
Is
finale?
there anything for the finale? You have the
Outside of
entirety of
eating
the Snelder line,
Our person who made us who
Yeah,
That's
eat them,
weird.
have
Like,
fun.
which
Yes,
is sounds
yes, go
amazing.
for it.
It's beautiful enough. Is there anything we can
Yeah.
do to help? Is basically what
This
I'm
is not going out until the middle of
Perfect.
May, so you can
Yes.
say whatever you want, Abby.
Eat
Give
the
up.
Prophet.
What am I doing to the prophet, guys?
okay.
I am in full support for the false prophet to just be gone
I mean,
and get.
Truly,
It's-
yeah. From day one.
Like, if you
I
got to
want-
eat him and the person who caused you to be who you are today, fuck it.
From day one, I remember.
If you can
I
get
remember
them to-
setting up a payoff. I remember setting up a payoff in like Canto 2 or 3 that I told Blackwell about. Of just like when we finally met Orpheus, and I went over to the prophet, just like, yeah, you and I, we can probably take him. And that was we could probably take Orpheus and steal that lantern or steal the torch so we could just fuck this guy and just get on out of here. And that was a manipulation tactic because I saw that Prophet and Pagan were getting close together. So it was like I wanted Prophet to do something reckless, I wanted Prophet to do something reckless so I can say, no, look, see how reckless they are, see how bad they are. This is our guide, and they're fucking with him. We got to get this guy out of here. So from day one, Prophet's been on the shit list. Day one. So anything's good. Anything's good.
Oh.
I'll remind the Prophet of the promise that Danny made.
Actually,
The other
something
reason
even
why
better.
you're not dead is because I need you to get me out. Let's hear it, Blackwell.
Make them
Ooh.
spiral.
Yeah.
Killing them is
Yeah.
easy.
No,
But
that's
make
the
them have a
thing.
mental spiral. Make them see that, hey, you wanted
Making
this
note of
person,
that.
but you can't
Yes.
have them. The only connection that you have them is between me being an owl for you right
Mhm.
now. The only way that you can get a hug from them is between you make them slowly realize you are alone. And your only
And if-
source of comfort is the very person that you can't stand. But hey, you got some form of comfort,
Mhm.
right?
They are riddled
You're,
with insecurity.
we're honest, right? Like it's been established from the beginning that our character is relentlessly
And
honest.
angry.
And angry, and still manipulative.
We're in hell
right?
for a
Like
reason.
honest, and we are manipulative and controlling, and like there's stuff that we do that actually parallels to the false prophet. And in the canto I was in, had to reckon with that somehow, like the guilt of that, and it feels gross. I'm like them. I don't want that, right? If you can find a way, Abby, to make them see themselves,
I
like
was
really
trying.
see themselves.
Yes, that exactly. I was
Yeah.
trying.
That would destroy them. They're over. You don't have to do anything to them at that point.
I
They
think
will fucking
honestly,
crumble.
my eating Dismas will assist that because the Prophet is doing I want to gather as many souls and be powerful. I'm like, this is the
Mhm.
one you don't get to have. Remember I said I was going to kill you when we got out of here? This is where it starts. I'm going to take pieces of you through every layer till there is nothing left but your naked,
You're a
screaming
hunk of a
soul.
person.
Oh,
Take-
Oh
baby.
my
take
god.
it
Oh, and
emotionally.
Abby, and leave them at the end, so that when we get back upstairs, they ask us to kill them.
Ooh.
Nah. It's like they have to have a face-to-face
Oh,
moment
God.
of, we are the same. Me and you, we're the same person. I just took a different path.
I could have
Filth
been
teaches
better.
filth.
I
the
could
rot
have been
you rot.
better had it not been you. I can be the better you. I listened to. I'm not a
so
big fan
happy
of
that
Taylor.
we're all on
I'm
this
Listen,
fucking
listen.
train.
salivating. This is awesome.
I'm not a big fan of Taylor Swift.
Like, fuck the
But
false
when
prophet.
I tell you the vibes
Uh-huh.
when I was like the Serpent was very much Reputation album, like Look What You Made Me Do, was very much like how I was like, I'm coming into this. Like, oops,
That's awesome.
wreck
Yeah.
them.
That's very good.
I adore this so much. Again, like this is my time to just gush about how brilliant this experience has been because of all of you at the table. I know that I'm a great GM, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Sparkles. Fine. I know that there's going to be arguments, but this game wouldn't be the way it is without the passion and the excitement that all of this is. Like, y'all get to just nerd out, and I don't have to say shit because you are love this little bean so much, and this is forever. Like, I love that there will only be 10 people who will ever understand this character and love her as much as I do. So thank you so fucking much for doing this insane experiment. It's turned out wildly. It's exceeded my wildest expectations. I cannot wait for the finale of Canto 5. At this point, it's going to be soon for the premiere of Canto 6. And I am very excited for your Canto 6,
Our next Snorse Serpent.
next person. This next Snorse, Reese, aka Cool Armadillo, who
A new
is
Snorse has
very
entered.
understated and going to be gorgeous at this. And the next prophet is Adi MK, so that connection is going to be explosive. um
Dang.
so I'm gonna let Danny go first. We're gonna say goodbye, but we're gonna do our names and everything we're in, and Danny's will take 5 minutes to say. So Danny, tell us about yourself, what you got coming around
I'm not
May
mid-May.
16th.
I'm not going to say everything because that's not fair to anybody. What I will say is, hi, I'm Danny, he, him. Danny R. Mendoza everywhere where internet can be found. So if you just put Danny R. Mendoza into whatever search bar you want, I'm there, probably. But Discord is fine. I'm very personable. I try to be. And Blue Sky, I post up all my shit. Get in our Discord here at Streaming Rainbow if you want to hang out. Great way to talk to me if you want to talk to me about something. I'm a team member here at Streaming Rainbow since the beginning of this year. I'm very grateful I had the opportunity to do that. I'm in a bunch of stuff here by the time this is coming out. Best thing that I can mention is we've got a lot of Pride stuff coming up, including Pride as a Riot, which Eli and Abby are in. Hey! And we have another similar, it's one of the 5 system things that we do, 5 systems in 5 weeks. With the same cast, more or less. We got a second one that's going to start halfway through Pride, and because Pride doesn't have to be 1 month of the year, spills into July. So that is going to be Half of My Soul, which is a reference to the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. So we're going to be playing 5 systems in 5 weeks of that as well, with the cast still coming together. We are, in the month of May, I will have, by the time this goes up, already been raising money for Doctors Without Borders with a focus on Palestinian aid in conjunction with Just the Human and Charity TRPG. And we will have done Rebel Scum and Misspent Youth, but we're going to have a Pasión de las Pasiones coming up shortly after this airs, around the time that this airs. We're going to be wrapping up Rocket Club, a multi-stage anthology, which is a collaboration among 4 actual play channels and Evil Hat and the creator of the game that Evil Hat is putting out called Rocket Club, M. Hubbard, who's a friend of Streaming Rainbow. It's fantastic. It was actually my GM, my first GM here at Streaming Rainbow for Pride last year for BK Do Crimes. So check out all the stuff for that. We have Radical Resonance here on Streaming Rainbow that I am the guide for. Has an amazing cast, including alums of Inferno that have been mentioned today, and some future potential people.
Future. We got 2 futures and alums. Yeah.
2 futures, 2 alums, and us. Because Eli's the producer on that. So check that out. The other Rocket Club shows are on Pantsless Tables, Nerds with Dice, and Pocket Dragon Pub. I'm on a bunch of casts on shows on all those channels, on Many Face Plays, on other channels I'm not going to mention right now. It would be way too much to continue. There's so much more. Follow my socials, and I will popcorn it over to my immediate antecedent, Heather.
Alrighty, hi everybody. I'm Heather. She, they. I played obviously Canto 3 Serpent. You can catch me everywhere at midnight. Hather. It's my name, but spelled a little weird. Right now, some upcoming stuff. I think more in the fall, I will be a part of Hexes and Vexes and the Lore Rights. 50 people go in, but there's 10 assassins called Fuckbard Island. If you like funny dating reality-esque shows like Traders meets Love Island and whatnot, join me there where my emo pop punk bard will be showing up, along with oh my gosh, Plan C, where I play in person, where it's pirate campaign. If you like Pirates of the Caribbean, One Piece, Our Flag Means Death, it's very silly. Got that there, and eventually through it's called Pangs and Fangs, I'm playing a fun little NPC named Victor Volakovich in the lands of Barovia, and I can't wait you guys to see my sweet little sad emo boy who gets all the dates. So yeah, that's what I'm currently up to. I'm gonna popcorn it off to, I feel like I'm going backwards. I'm going to Blackwell. I'm like throwing.
And I got it. All right, then. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? My name is Blackwell, your everyman in the TTRPG/D&D verse here on the interwebs, and I'm just here to show you that, hey, you can do this too. You can hop on a stream, tell a fabulous story with some fabulous people, and then you go back to your 9 to 5 the following day. Or if you're like me, you have a 6:30, 7:30, 8:30 wake up call from your residential kaiju. I am your Canto 2 Serpent. I'm the one who started the Do It Anime as Fuck and also the progenitor of the Snorse. Dear God, that thing has transformed more than I thought. Where can you find me? I've been a little bit busy. I haven't been really doing too much, a lot of life things going on, and hopefully I'll be back out doing more things soon. You can find me as Everyman95 on most socials. You got to put a underscore between the Everyman and 95 part, but I'll be posting on there to say what I'm doing, what's going on. The most I can say is that in the coming months, I will be GMing. My first time is going to be a pre-recorded thing, and y'all will get to see what kind of chaos I bring as a GM. Whew, that's going to be fun. Otherwise, I hope y'all been well. I hope everyone's safe. Tell a brother, tell a sister, tell a mom, tell an uncle, tell a cousin, somebody that you're there for them. Because in this time period, we need our communities. And I think I'm going to throw this to our first serpent, because I think it's funny to end on our last. Daniel.
Thank you for that seamless toss, Blackwell. Yeah, my name's Daniel, and you can find me here sometimes. And that's about it. Here sometimes, that's about it. And yeah, I'm on apps. I don't do anything there. I just scroll and ghost. But but for my final message, I simply want to say to our viewers, you can take a note out of the Serpents book. They started at the lowest they've ever been with drowning themselves and have now risen above that depression and hopelessness into a leader and a guide to lead people out of hell. And so regardless of how dark things are for you in these troubling times, there's always hope, literally. In Serpent's case, there's always hope that you can rise above the darkness and be the person you want and always wanted to be. And I'm going to pass that right along to our current serpent, Abby. All you.
My goodness, yet I'm Abby. I'm your local Dana nerd, and oh my goodness, I got to stand before all my Snelders and see what the truth of the world is. And oh my god, I can't wait. I can't wait to do y'all proud. But if you want to see more of me, you can catch me on, as Danny said, Streaming Rainbow, where I'm going to be doing some absolutely gay shit. And I'm also unofficially a multi-award winning performer. You can catch me on the... It's crazy saying that. My name was on there. The award-winning Game Master Monday episode where we play the Monty Python extracurricular experience. I played Shrubert the Knave. The folks at the Webfest decided, yeah, that one. Highly recommend checking it out. And thank you for watching. How on there? I'm going to toss it back to the one who made it possible, Eli.
Me, Eli, they, them, welcome and thank you for watching. So this is going to be the third of our talkbacks. We leave our saints for last, guys. They gotta wait. But thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for watching. You can catch all the VODs on our YouTube channel if you want to catch up on everything we've been up to. And get in the Discord. Be kind to each other. And hey, guess what? Hey, we'll see you in hell. Love you guys. Hello, everybody. Eli here again. Did you enjoy that interview with all of our serpents from Cantos 1 through 5? Well, good news. They enjoyed that interview so much that immediately after, we all decided that we had to play another game together in an Oops All Serpents game. That is right. Tonight. Live on our Twitch and YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be playing a level 20 Oops All Serpents game. But the fun thing, I'm getting a break from being the GM, and Danny Mendoza, Canto 4 Serpent, is going to take the lead as the game master and really put us through our paces. This level 20 game is going to be very wild, very epic. There's going to be pulls from the Deck of Many Things. There might be a prequel with our Canto 1 serpent involved, Daniel. And the best part about this, this will be a charity live stream with money going to Doctors Without Borders, focusing on Palestinian aid. So please, if you had a good time with this, please join us tonight on YouTube and Twitch. Follow the donation links in the description right now. And you can give, you can see what incentives you can give to make this game much more interesting. Next Saturday, we will be having our final talk back with our Saints, as well as a multi-channel anthology for Rocket Club, which will be happening at noon on Saturday next week. Like I said, getting the links to donate to Doctors Without Borders. It's a wonderful cause, and we will see you tonight for just, you know, the most insane anime shit you could possibly want to see in our level 20 Oops All Serpents game. All right, guys, get in the Discord. We love you very much. See you later. Bye.